Welcome everyone. So this is a tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius. I am going to start looking at your life as it currently is right now at this moment, and then I'm going to kind of fast forward into the future, see what's about to happen with you guys, for you guys, and then at the end I'm going to pull advice. So that is the basic order of things. I've already shuffled the cards, everything's ready to go, so let's get started. So the first position that I'm flipping over here, these are all specific positions. I'm going to explain them as I go. This is the position of the back, which tells me stuff that's been recently happening around you or to you that might still be affecting your life. So in the position of the back, I have the 8 of Pentacles, that's the 8, with the Sun card. Wow. So that's like actually getting sort of sucked into your work, but like enjoying it. I love it when I have a project that I'm like so into that I spend hours on it and I lose time. That's the energy. You know, maybe you have a project, maybe this is just your job where you're kind of like losing yourself in your work and time's going by. It's feeling lighthearted. So either one, whether this is like a project that you're working on or this is your actual job, this is the vibe that's been recently happening around you or for you. Let's see what else I can get. I'm gonna pull some cards here to tell me more specifics, like, you know, whether we are talking about your job or we're just talking about some sort of other endeavor at home. Or like a hobby. Could also just be a hobby here with the 8 of Pentacles. Let's see what else we get. Anything? Okay. So we have the 3 with the house. So I'm kind of thinking like this is more of a fun project. Could be that you're working with other people with the 3 here. But with the house, I'm definitely feeling like this is something that is for you. It's a personal thing. So it's not like a job would be like you're working for somebody else a lot of times. Unless this is your own company, but the vibe I'm getting here is something you're doing for fun for you, and it's like lighthearted, could involve other people, and that's what's been recently happening around you, with you. All right, I'm just gonna pull 3 more cards, just a quick peek to see if there's anything else about this that jumps out at me. So I have the 9, the rabbit with honey here. Yeah, it's like getting other people involved and enjoying the mental task, right? So it's like, you know, sometimes puzzles are a lot of times fun. A lot of people love puzzles. And that's the 9 here with the sun. If I put the 9 with the sun, that's like doing a puzzle, enjoying working your mind here. That's what I'm getting. All right, so let's move on to the present moment. See what's currently happening for you guys. I'm feeling that this is ongoing because otherwise it wouldn't have shown up here. So you guys are probably still working on this project, probably an ongoing thing. So what I want to look at next is the position of the heart. This is in the present moment, and this is going to tell me how you guys are feeling. So I have the 9 of Pentacles, more Pentacles here. So definitely you guys are like kind of hands-on right now. You guys are feeling like hands-on, like you want to be doing stuff, like you want to be working on something. The 9 of Pentacles, it's sort of like, it's unusual. It's not the norm for you, either because usually you work by yourself, and in this case, you're allowing other people to help you, or just because you don't normally focus on the project like this. Let me pull more cards to see what I'm getting here. But you're just feeling, you're feeling good about the productivity. You're feeling productive. You're feeling like you're getting shit done, and it is just, it's not the norm. I think this is a good thing. Let me see if I can get anything else here in the position of the heart before I move on really quick. Anything else about this 9 of Pentacles in the heart? The mask. All right. So the mask is just something it's just obvious. So, you know, this is just saying you're focused on material stuff right now. You're focused on whatever it is that's physically in front of you that you're doing. It's kind of like what you're invested in emotionally, because we're talking about the heart here, and it's also been what's been kind of going on, what you've been doing. All right. By the way, the moon is on the bottom, which talks about your habits. So this is, like I was saying before, this is like an ongoing thing, like a project, hobby, whatever. So let's move on. So the next position here that I'm going to look at, I'm going to stay in the present for another minute and before I look into your future, which is going to be this position. But in the present moment, I still want to see what you guys are up to. So that's going to be the position of the hand. This tells me you guys are actively doing. All right. So I feel like you've been working on a project. Now it looks like so this is the 8 of Wands with the brain. Could be that you've reached a point in your project where you've got to do a lot of brainstorming. So this is like a brainstorming phase. but there's a lot going on. Either it requires a lot of thinking, a lot of brainstorming to go along with what you're doing, or it could just be purely brainstorming. I'm gonna have to pull cards, but I feel like you guys are just making a lot of headway. It could just be that this is like a design thing. Maybe you're in the design phase, you know? Tell me about the Eight of Wands with the head here. Tell me about the Eight of Wands with the brain. Well, it's the brain, whatever. Tell me about the Eight of Wands with the brain. The brain, the head, I guess it's the same freaking thing. All right, so I've got the bed, and then this is the cave. The bed with the cave is, I mean, we're clarifying these two cards. So what we're talking about here is going into your subconscious, right? Clarifying the brain with the Eight of Wands is like, like I was saying brainstorming, but this is going really deep into brainstorming. Like, maybe you guys are like spacing out a lot, you know? Like spending a lot of your time just thinking about this, because there's just, it's like, there might be just a lot of small things to work on. That's what's on the bottom here. Okay, so the number 2 here is on the bottom, and then underneath that we have the mouth or Sagittarius. So this kind of explains, there's the component here that's slowing you down, or the part that you're working on right now. It is brainstorming, and it gets complicated because there's other people involved, and then those people you have to wait on. And it might be like a scheduling thing, and you gotta wait, like they're holding up the situation. That's kind of what's going on right now. It's like a lot of trying to organize, think, plan, and that sort of thing. All right, so let's move on. It seems like you guys are just active working on this project. So let's move on to the next position, and then I'm going to see what's going to come of this. You know, how's this going to pan out? What's happening in the near future? So in the position of the head, this tells me how you guys are perceiving the situation. Also your plans, it's like your conscious thoughts. So we have the Queen of Cups and we have Coal. So yeah, you guys are definitely thinking like you kind of have to wait on other people. You're at a point where you had to, maybe you got a lot of progress done in the recent past, but you reached a point where now you got to really take the time to think. The next part is purely mental. You got to take the time to think about it, plan it, strategize, maybe even work with other people. And that's holding everything up. And you're sitting with the Queen of Cups, which is like the waiting part. That's the Queen of Cups. Especially with Coal, it's like, I can't do anything until I wait. That's the I can't do anything. And that's while I wait for this thing, for, you know, either my brainstorming to be over, or for everyone to, you know, everyone to be on the same, for the scheduling to work out, that sort of a thing. Okay. I did pull a card. I was about to explain that. So this is the card that's clarifying these two cards. There's just a lot. You're waiting, and you know, it sucks. It's almost like intensive waiting. It's a lot of waiting, and you really, really want to get started. You really, really want to keep moving, but there are unsurmountable factors. Okay? On the bottom, we have the hourglass. More waiting. Underneath that, Gemini, other people. Okay. Reiterating the same sort of stuff I just said. All right. So let's check out your future. So I'm looking like a month ahead. This isn't like the rest of your life. So what's coming up in the next month? Usually that'll tell me how this situation is going to pan out. So I have here the High Priestess with the Oracle card of the Door. Okay, so the door is great. The door is like finally being ready. It's like that moment where it's like, I can get started, right? You walk through the door, door's open. Right side up, door's open. However, with the High Priestess here, it's still going to be a slow start. It's still going to be a slow start, even when you do get started in the short-term future. I don't know why. I'm going to have to pull more cards on that. I'm not sure why. Tell me about the High Priestess with the Oracle card of the Door. Tell me about the High Priestess with the Door. It could also be that everyone's ready, but then nobody speaks up. So people just forget to communicate the fact that they're ready, and it ends up being a purely scheduling problem, because it's like everyone's ready, door's open, but everyone's also quiet. High Priestess. All right, so we have Leo reversed with the Path reversed. I feel like this is just people not speaking up and being like, like being the person to initiate, right? Being the initiator. People are waiting for the other person to call them. People are waiting for the other person to be like, let's get started, right? No one's taking the initiative. However, the doors open in the short-term future. So it might just be that coming up, be aware of the fact that you might have to be the person to initiate. You might have to be the person to initiate because other people are ready but quiet, they're silent, they're not motivated to be the initiators. All right, so let's pull advice. I feel like the advice is going to be what I just said, but I'm going to leave it wide open and see what else comes out. And even if, you know, maybe the cards will give me advice completely unrelated to this reading, so we'll leave it open for that too. All right. Can I have some general advice or pertaining to the reading, however you feel like it, for my Sagittariuses? So immediately we have Neptune, which is interesting because Neptune is not, the advice would not be to take the initiative. The advice actually with Neptune is to make it easier for people. Now I'm gonna have to pull more cards to see how so. If you want people to join you in your project, offer them beer. You know, that's what I'm getting with Neptune. You want people to come paint your house? Offer them beer. Offer to smoke them up. Whatever. Get them over your house that way. Okay, that wanted to come out. So we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is success. Six of Wands is finishing the project, okay? However, it's either a slow-going process or it's murky in some way. It's like poorly planned. Yeah, you're gonna be successful. Whatever it is you're working on, obviously you're gonna finish it. But the question is, it's like how? It's like, it's still cloudy for some reason. It's still cloudy. Let's see here. We got a bunch of cards that also came out. I'm gonna look at them. Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Two of Cups, King of Pentacles. So this is why Neptune. These cards are really referencing Neptune because overall you're going to be successful with whatever project, whatever endeavor you're working on. But then these cards are referencing Neptune. Why Neptune? Why are things murky? Why are things unclear? Well, because you're talking about people who are busy with their own shit, people who are worried, they're just self-centered people. Whoever it is you're trying to get rope into helping you, they're kind of just, they're wishy-washy. They're just wishy-washy people. They're flaky. That's what I'm getting, is they're flaky because they're kind of self-centered, and I don't know. These are the type of people you're working with, all right? But overall, you will be successful. Three of Cups is on the bottom. Eventually, you will like herd these cats together to help you do whatever it is you're doing to get you to paint your house. I'm really getting that's the one thing that came to my mind. So I'm going to keep using that example. That might be, I might even put that in the title. So yeah, you gotta really entice these people to come help you paint your house. Offer them booze. That is my advice here. All right, guys. So that's going to be your reading, Sagittariuses. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. If this did resonate for you, please press the like button for me if you would. That does help. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.